Hello there everybody, a very good morning to you all and happy Friday. I hope everyone's had a good week in the market so far, and as we approach the end of this trading week, we should hopefully be ending it with a little bit of a bang. We've got some high impact news event coming out later today, which I'm going to speak a little bit about in today's stream, a little bit of a preview to that, so that should be exciting. If you are active across our social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and of course all the guys in the trading room, feel free to pop up and say hello. Let me know if there's any concerns or questions that you may have, or any markets that you want me to cover, which will sort of probably tie in with the news release we've got coming out today as well. Good to see you all in the trading room. Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Treehawk. Hello to you. I have had a fantastic trading week. I hope you have as well. Hello to you, Kirkton. Good morning. And good morning to you, David. Anna, hello to you. Good morning over on the YouTube channel. I hope you're doing well. And thank you very much for the message. I am aware I've got about 30 more messages to reply to from people who have messaged me in the trading room. So if you haven't had a reply just yet, please bear with me. I promise you I will reply after the stream. That's going to be my task after the stream. I got through about 20-30 of them this morning, and I'm down to the last 28. So I do apologise if you haven't had a reply from me yet. I am on the ball, I promise, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So we've had such an influx of messages recently, so which is good, of course. That's what we love to see. Hello to you, Devon. Good morning, and good morning to you, Martin. I hope you are doing well. Who else have we got in the trading room today? Machine X, hello to you. Good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to be around. It's good to be around. It's good to be on the stream. I do like the streaming sessions. Hello to you, Jerry92. Good to see you. I'm doing very well. Looking good this morning. Thank you. I'm a bit hot actually. The light's making me look a bit. Went out on a run this morning. It's probably why. It's nice and hot. Nice hot day in the UK today. So yeah, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Matthew, hello to you. Thank you very much for the message. Hope you're doing well and ready for the weekend, because I certainly am. And what you may notice as well is just a little bit of a heads up is when you check our streaming schedule out, you may notice that Shane's not streaming until the 9th of September, which is not next Tuesday, the following Tuesday. Shane's out on annual leave, so I'll be covering for him next week. So after this stream as well, another one of my tasks is to put the streaming schedule together for next week. So I'll take a look and see what it is that we're going to be covering next week, and there will be extra streams from myself to make up for the fact that we don't have 2 streams per day. So I know for a fact that I'm going to be doing 2 streams on next Friday when we've got NFP. I'll be covering that event live, and I'll put in probably another 1 or 2 extra streams in there for the week as well. So if there's any topics that anyone wants me to cover, then let me know. And as long as it's right to cover, I'll get that in there. So just drop me a message and let me know if there's anything you want me to cover on the streams. Okay. Good stuff. JP210, hello to you. Good morning over on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for the message. Hope you're doing well and ready for what should be an okay day in the markets. Let's just have a quick look at what it is really that I wanted to preview first, and then we'll go on to the charts and have a look at some more actual analysis. So if you head over to our website, you'll see our website's had a little bit of an upgrade. It looks pretty cool. If you scroll down here, you can actually see all the things that you'll be able to see in the trading room. You can actually see the live trading streams. You can watch all of our past streams as well. That's pretty cool. You can also have a look at our market analysis that we post in every single day of the team. Myself and Shane post trade ideas every single day as well. And yeah, you can do anything you like. But if you head over to go down to the tool section here, you'll be able to see our economic calendar, which is down in this bottom right hand side. If you click that and open that up, if we go over to Friday, which we're on right now, I'm going to filter that to high impact news only. We had some data overnight which I wanted to touch on because it was quite important. The Japan Consumer Price Index data, which is their inflation print, that rose from previously by quite a significant margin, 2.6% versus 2.2% on the previous. And we spoke a little bit about dollar yen, and I'm quite surprised by the reaction. It was quite muted, actually. yeah, there wasn't really much reaction at all to it, which I'm surprised at. I actually think this is quite bullish for the Japanese yen, and maybe not to play it against the dollar, but if you trade any other Japanese yen pairs, which I don't, unfortunately, you might be able to find potentially, if you look at euro yen, I think this is on a bit of a slide. Okay, yes, we've reacted from a bit of a support area there, and to be honest, the it is a little bit of a mess. It's not really tradable at the moment, but you can just see up here at 161.5, this red area, this red zone, we've got quite a nice, and it sits at 161.5 as well. Got quite a nice bearish order block sitting right there. And I think that if we're going to make a move lower on euro yen, and the Bank of Japan maybe hike interest rates one more time, that could really fuel a bit of a swing opportunity, bit of a position trade, down from 161.5 all the way down to 154.3. Because you can see that this channel where we had that retracement has been broken. We are in bearish flow, albeit it is quite a tough trade at the moment, to be fair. But that's that's what I wanted to touch on for the stuff overnight. We also had some data out of Europe this morning, consumer price index data again slightly higher inflation, which just points towards potentially maybe a higher core PCE, which really is the event of the day for today, as you'll see on the title of the stream, previewing today's main event, core PCE. Now, for those of you who are not aware of what that is, it is a mouthful to pronounce, Core Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index. It's the core PCE price index, and in simple terms, it's what the Federal Reserve use as their primary gauge of inflation. So when they measure inflation, or when everyone else measures inflation, they look at CPI, as you can see here, consumer price index. But the Federal Reserve pay close attention to the core PCE, which is a different report. It's really what customers truly buy. It's almost like your true inflation, to keep it simple. Now, what I'm focusing on today is the year-on-year figure. The year-on-year figure, 2.6%, was the previous reading, and this time we're expected to tick slightly higher to 2.7. And I suspect a figure of 2.7 and above is likely to cause some dollar strength, which would likely put a drag on gold. And there's a question just come through about gold. Universal, hello to you. Thanks for your previous gold analysis in the last stream. You are absolutely welcome. It did work out quite well in the end. There was a bit of a dump, wasn't there, off the GDP figures, but it did go pretty much to our area. Looks like we're ranging a little bit on gold. I'm just reading what you're saying here. What about the gold highest H1 resistance? Will it break? Because multiple rejections of that zone around 2. Yeah, there has been. You are right. There has been multiple rejections. And I'll talk about gold in relation to what I expect from core PCE today. So yeah, I'll have a look at that. Bobby, hello to you. Good to see you. Thank you for the message. Hope you're doing well. So if we bear that one in mind, we know that the forecasted figure is of 2.7. And it doesn't always work like this, but I would say a figure of 2.7 and above, especially 2.8, 2.9, if we were to get that today, then expect dollar strength and expect probably a little bit of gold weakness. Stock market, unless it's probably, quite significantly higher, I'm not sure it's going to affect the stock market too much. Typically, the stock markets don't like inflation because it indicates potentially more hikes, but I don't think this print, unless it's extremely high, is going to change the fact the Fed are going to start cutting rates. And so I don't think the impact on the stock market is going to be that drastic. I might be wrong, but we'll see. If the figure comes in quite significantly lower, then I expect more dollar weakness, and I expect that will fuel another gold rally. And we'll speak about gold off the back of that. So let's just bear that one in mind. This was basically the fib that we drew from the daily. It was quite an aggressive fib, and for those who were on the stream yesterday, I was looking to sort of execute around this sort of golden area between 0.5 and 0.618, and you can see how that worked out really, really nicely. and people managed to benefit from that, which is fantastic. My view for gold remains really the same. Universal is talking about the fact that if you look at 2530 on gold, we've had several rejections. Oh. If it lets me draw anything. Rejection number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I think that some people will get caught into the trap of thinking, well, let's trade it as rejection again. And if you had been from the start, you would have made some profit. It's a market really which is holding. Now we'll go on to the higher time frames to show you what I mean. But the one thing I wanted to show you is if you look at this rejection, we come and created a low. And then when we had this next rejection, we created another low. But what happened? Where was that low that was created? It was higher than the previous. We then come up again and we rejected. Where did we reject to? Roughly around the same. We then come up again here. On 2 occasions. Again, where did that low get printed after the rejection? Again, another higher low. And again, this morning or overnight, another rejection. And another higher low. And therefore, I think it would be a bit of a trap to think that we're going to reject and collapse from here. I actually think that we're at a stage of we've knocked on the door quite a few times, and this could be the time, whether it's today or whether it's next week, that we break through that door and we maybe come and have the breakout up to, I think, around 2550. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, and this is why I always say the trend is your friend, because you can see the trend is clearly bullish. And yeah, you can get caught into a little bit of a mess there. And there was an initial structure change there, but we never had another break after that. This to me is just almost like a bullish flag, especially on the daily. Look at that. It's just a market which is a bit broken higher and is consolidating for the next wave high is what it feels like when I look at gold right now. Now, if we get a softer core PCE today, I think that could definitely fuel that. A slightly stronger CPE is likely to boost the dollar, and maybe we just come rotating back down towards 2,500. But I still think heading into next week, we can maybe try and trade that move to the upside off the back of that. Okay, I've had a few messages. Let me just quickly run through those. Hello to you, Dante's Media. I'm good. I hope you are as well. How can you understand your graph when trading? Well, to be fair, it's probably because I've got this turned on. It's an indicator called Smart Money Concepts. So it's all in the academy. For those of you who want to dive into the Smart Money Concepts, you can do so in our education section. Course number 6. Click Move Me to a New Path, and you'll be able to dive into module number 3, where it's got Trading Smart Money Concepts. And, the nature of traders is that we're sometimes a little bit lazy. So I do draw my smart money concepts on myself, and then I sort of cross-reference with this indicator just to see if it marries up. When you do turn on this indicator, granted, it does look a little bit messy. So when you understand smart money concepts, you know what all of these concepts mean. But I do agree with you. Sometimes, it is a bit much. So I didn't really need it on there. So what other questions have we got? Hello to you, MJQ3. Connor, your thoughts on XNG? Yeah, I can have a look at that. And oil as well, Bobby, no problem. Jerry, as a scalper, which time frame is okay to start analysing? Depends how much of a scalper you want to be. I would always say stay clear of the 1 minute chart. Start on the 5 minute time frame if you want to try and scalp. Have a look to see on the 5 minute time frame. It's just a little bit more reliable than the 1 minute. But scalping is a high risk strategy, so do expect losses, but obviously expect some trades which will be really good. But you could take and probably will take consecutive losses at being a scalper. That's just the nature of it. But try the 5 minute time frame. Matu, funded account. Could you please explain about funded accounts and passing challenges? What specifically do you want to know about funded accounts and passing challenges? Normally, it's like you have a two-step evaluation. So the first step is you need to make 10%, and then the second step, once you do that, you need to make 5%, and then you get the account. But during the whole time, you can't be drawn down by more than 10% is normally the rule, and you can't lose more than 5% on one day. They're the sort of typical rules that you have on funded accounts. Okay, let's have a look through oil first of all. I'm interested in oil, and the reason I'm interested in oil is because if you look at the wave we've had low, this is a 4-hour time frame. I just noticed that prices are squeezing into this sort of triangle formation. And I'm not a big chart pattern trader, but to me, we could be on for a breakout in oil higher. For those of you who know about VJ in our trading room, he's put some fantastic Elliott wave analysis in, and in that analysis, he looked at WTI oil on the RSI indicator. And you can see we're getting bullish divergence on the RSI on the weekly time frame, which is a good indication that we could be on for a breakout in oil. At the same time, Bobby, you'll notice that if you look at this low here, why doesn't it let me draw it? If you look at this low, you can just see that you can just see how that low sell-side liquidity on the daily was taken. And again, 4-hour, look how clean that pattern now looks. So what I'm looking for, Bobby, is I might trade this quite aggressively, and I might say, right, let's place a buy stop above there, maybe a stop loss. This is how you would trade the pattern, and you could at least get 1-to-1 of a test of 80. The alternative way to trade that is wait for the breakout, then look onto those lower time frames, maybe the hour or the 15-minute or maybe even the 5-minute. And when we do get that breakout, again, as I always say, my entry zones, look for order blocks, look for FVGs, that you can maybe try and get a greater risk reward than you would here. You could turn a 1-to-1 risk reward into something like a 6 or a 7, targeting 80 from there. So for me, personally, what I might do is I might look for a 2% at the 1-to-1, and then maybe a 0.5% opportunity on the lower time frames after we get that. If we get the breakout, we may squeeze in a little bit more today, and it might not be till next week that we get that breakout. Okay. What was the other? Natural gas. Shane, if you guys tune into Shane streams, he's really, really good natural gas trader. And if you notice that am I seeing something? Oh, I thought I was seeing a similar sort of pattern. No, not really. Natural gas. Okay, right. What we see in here? Let me just zoom out on a daily. Definitely looks like to me that we've just created our first higher low. So again, natural gas, let's look for a break above this daily high. Once we do get that break, look for a retracement into maybe a daily order block or FVG, and then play that higher. You might want to scope down onto the 1-hour time frame if you want to manage to get into this move. And if you're going to scope into the 1-hour time frame, the best area for me that I can see is down here at 2.1. That would be a really nice hourly trade, because you can see first break, retracement into there. Next break, can we get this perfect move lower, and then potentially that move like that? That's something I'd look at on the hourly time frame as well. Okay, good stuff. Right, what else have we got? Nvidia. Yes, of course. you can trade Nvidia over on a Switch Markets MT5 account as well. Okay, right. Nvidia. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and even try and really. I suppose I could. I can't really build much of a bear case, Loose Rob, for Nvidia. To be fair, I thought their earnings were impressive. The markets reacted in a disappointing manner because they have just been priced in for perfection, and that is the problem when you price in for perfection. Now, for me, if I get rid of all of this and just get a clean Nvidia chart on the daily, I think that anything down, and it's difficult, I think anything around $100 per share is a really nice potential buying opportunity. You can see last time we traded below 100, it just got snapped up. So be on the case for any real dips in Nvidia. This to me looks like what's called inducement, where we've got a big bull market rally, and within that bull market rally, we've got potential bearish, and then there's that break here, and that's quite a significant run up higher. I think that somewhere around the area we are now, if we're going to be greedy, maybe down towards, if we can get towards 100, well, we've got sort of imbalance in there. I know this is quite far-fetched. It might not fall that far, but I'm always looking for discounts. I'm not looking to buy at premium. So if we can get a move down to 100 and fill this imbalance down here, that would be fantastic. Create a higher low down here after these two lows. That would be fantastic. I'll be looking for that 100%. Now, Rise Universal, thank you very much. Make sure you give our channel a subscription and share the stream if you're enjoying it. And thank you very much for the questions, of course. Osuola Sheriff 552. Hello Connor, I'd like you to explain the difference between opening an account with a broker or prop firms. Well, they're two very different ways of let me get rid of this because I want to keep that imbalance in there. They're two very different things, right? So a broker will essentially be you trading with your own money. So you would fund the account. You would fund the account yourself, and you would trade with your own money. What are the benefits of that? You have no rules, right? So if you do have a little bit of drawdown, you're not under pressure like you would be at a prop firm. Because with a prop firm, you pay them for a challenge. They give you a demo account, and they say, right, pass this challenge for me. And if you pass that one, okay, pass the next stage. If you pass that one, they give you a funded account. Now, the big thing about prop firms that people don't understand is that they don't give you real money. They still give you a demo account even at the end, right? Because they make most of their money off people failing challenges, and most of the people that would get an account would probably lose it anyway, because that's the nature of retail trading, is that, you know, you have to be good to make money consistently, and they know that. So they only give you a demo account still at the end. I always say that if you have a real limited access to funds, then a prop firm could be a good way to go, because if you go to a reliable one, they do pay, like FTMO, that they can pay out. But I'd always say that the goal should be to trade with a broker with your own money, and that way you're not tied down to any of the rules that they give you. And if you're sensible about trading, then you shouldn't have to worry about blowing up the account anyway. So the goal should always be to trade with a broker over a prop firm. But if you really don't have any money to deposit at all, then you can try a prop firm, but it will be difficult to pass. It's not easy to pass, and it takes time. So your best bet as well is to maybe run two at a time. Let's say, for example, you've got £1,000 to put into some sort of trading. You could buy a prop firm challenge for £300, and you could put £700 into a brokerage account, and you could run them at the same time and see which one you prefer. Hello to you, Abdullah. Hello, and please add me to your WhatsApp group. We don't have WhatsApp, unfortunately, but we do have. If you go over to howtotrade.com, and you can join our trading room, which looks a little bit like this, and you can see our streaming schedule. You can access me through direct messaging as well, And we post analysis in here every single day, market tools, you can access trading news, our economic calendar. If you just head over to this website here, howtotrade.com, you'll see everything you need to know, and you can create a free account with us and get access to all our analysis and everything you need. Hello to Saeed, good to see you. Right. And I think that pretty much concludes the stream for today. If there are any other questions, then I'll answer them off the stream. I think I've replied to everyone. I will reply to my messages as well. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Be careful later on because we've got the core PCE price index, which we've previewed. Those of you who can see the streaming schedule, make sure that you're looking out for it later on this afternoon, because the streaming schedule for next week will be out, and we'll be streaming across our social medias as well. So thank you very much for tuning in this week. Have a good trading day. Have a good end to the week. Remember, if you're not sure about today and it's a Friday, I've broken even this week, then just let it go. You don't want to go into the weekend taking a loss. I promise you that. So just let it go. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you all very shortly. Thank you very much.